Welcome back to HB Unfiltered Sports Talk. I'm joined by the Stiff Brownie, and I'm the Dirtbag. And now we're getting really excited about what we're about to talk about, opening day.
You know it, baby.
MLB, baseball is back. Day games, night games, everyday games.
162 days of love, at least. It's beautiful. And this is where I make all my money.
162 games.
This is it.
And then playoffs.
Yep. Are we on agreement for MVP? Shohei Ohtani?
Shohei Ohtani, hands down. Now, it's only plus 189, meaning if you put up $100, you're going to win on $190. I'm pretty shocked that that's not payoff is a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Because that means he's got to stay healthy. But with all being said, if he stays healthy, he should win the MVP every year. He's in the top pitching categories when it comes to ERA, WHIP, wins.
Judge got his money last year. He's not going to do what he did last year as far as home runs are concerned. So yeah,
you gotta go with Ohtani because he can also hit 50 homers, and get you 120 RBIs, sure. Bat 300. Shohei Ohtani hands down. Now, tell me who else is up there that shouldn't be up there.
Well, from the National League, the things that stand out to me first and foremost is Juan Soto is the heavy favorite as the NL MVP, followed by Trey Turner, followed by Mookie Betts. I don't understand how somebody as lazy as Juan Soto is even in the forefront of this type of award. Like, how?
Juan Soto batted like 254, 28 homers. He's all hype.
He's all hype, and he moved to San Diego. And he's hitting in a ballpark that's not an easy ballpark to hit in. Is it harder than Washington Nationals Stadium? It's way harder. It's way harder. The air is heavier.
Yeah, it's right on the water.
Yes, it's right on the water. The air is heavier. The pitching in that division is much harder.
Yeah, I'm not touching Juan Soto. That's a bad bet. Stay away from that. There's no way he wins the MVP. There's no way Trey Turner wins the MVP. As much as a great hitter and base runner he is average at best at shortstop playing defensively. He makes errors, way too many errors. He cost the Dodgers 2 games against the Padres with his errors.
Who do you like?
Well,
you got Ronald Acuna Jr. He's considered a favorite. Mookie Betts at number 3.
I don't like Mookie Betts. I would actually take Freddie Freeman.
Freeman's there.
Freddie Freeman, because you got a Gold Glove first baseman. He's going to definitely hit, for average, about 325, 330. And the only thing he lacks in, he gets the RBIs too, he gets on base percentage. What he lacks in is home run power. He's not going to give you 40 homers. Sure. He's going to give you like 25, 28. So if he can somehow get to 30, Freddie Freeman would be a good bet. What does it pay?
Freddie Freeman's about plus 1,200, so it's
okay.
You put
now we're
bucks,
talking. You put $100, you win $1,200. Freddie Freeman, is that to win the NL
MVP?
Okay, I like Freddie Freeman as my bet.
Okay, I have a problem taking Dodgers, and the reason is because if you've noticed what the Dodgers have done this offseason, they're cleaning their books to be able to go after Ohtani this offseason. So do I see the Dodgers potentially? I could see him making a trade for Ohtani. Halfway through the season.
That is going to happen.
I don't see the Dodgers. I see them being competitive because they have a lot of talent on that team, and their pitching staff is still legit. But do I see them going to the World Series? No. Do I see one of their players winning an MVP? No. Because my gut tells me that the Dodgers are going to cash this season in. They're going to compete. They're going to make the playoffs, but they're not going to push to pigeonhole themselves out of the Ohtani contract talk where he's talking. I mean, if you think about it from the position player standpoint, Ohtani's going to make, from just a position player standpoint, about, I don't know, $250, $300 million just in that. Now, you add the pitching portion of that to that. That's another $350 million because he's a much better.
He's $500 million.
Yeah, so he's at $600 million. Yeah, that's where I see the number.
Yeah.
So I don't see the Dodgers going after or I should say giving up anything that would jeopardize their ability to get Ohtani. So do I see the Dodgers, Mookie Betts winning MVP? No. Freddie Freeman? No. After that, I don't really know who else is on the team that would be eligible for that.
I'm telling you right now, I'm calling my shot. Ohtani will be a Dodger around the All-Star break, and the reason I say that is the Angels, for as good as talent they are on paper, they can never stay healthy. They always get hurt. The pitching is a little suspect. Somebody's going to get hurt again. They're in one of the toughest divisions in all of baseball. The Astros are the World Series champs. The Mariners looked unbelievable and are getting better and young.
By the way, Rodriguez is considered a favorite for MVP.
Julio Rodriguez can win the MVP.
He's awesome.
The Rangers spent a ton of money on pitching and hitting, so they're going to be better. Who cares about the A's and Moneyball? They're irrelevant. They're going to probably finish last. But the Angels are still going to be about fourth. And if they are, Artie Moreno wants to sell this team. I think he unloads Trout. I think he unloads Ohtani. And I think he unloads Rendon and starts all over again.
Whoa.
Can
I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay. The over-under on Rendon playing games this season is 10.5. Mr. Glass.
That's fake news.
Mr. Glass is always hurt, so don't even talk about them trading Rendon. If they're trading Rendon, it's for like a washer and a dryer.
There's no way. I don't believe one word that's coming out of your pie hole.
They're going to eat that entire salary to trade him. They may get one draft pick for him if they're lucky. And if they get something in the top 15 rounds, take it and run.
Let's give him to Ukraine. I think he could really add something to their defense system.
He's so bad. Anyways.
Okay, I got to get back on the Ohtani thing. The reason the Angels signed him to a one-year deal is so they could trade him and take so many prospects and players in return. This is going to be the time when the Dodgers almost traded for Trout. Everybody was available except Seager and Kershaw. They could have had Puig, Bellinger, Walker Buehler, and two others, Gavin Lux and, Vargas, whatever. Now the Dodgers have saved $100 million by getting rid of Bellinger, Trey Turner, Justin Turner, Tyler Anderson. They did this for a reason, and they didn't go get Verlander or Judge or anything like that.
And they had a legit shot at getting Verlander.
They won Ohtani. And Ohtani, bringing him over from Orange County to L.A., huge Japanese community.
Yep.
That ballpark will have 56,501 people sitting in it every single night at Chavez Ravine. They are going to make it happen. That's why they freed up all that money. They're going to be able to pay him whatever he wants. He'll sign a 10-year, $500 million deal. Mm-hmm. And then they'll put the Dodgers, because of their awesome farm system. Now they might have to give up Outman and Vargas, the two new guys that are coming up. Mm-hmm. But that's the other greatness in how you keep a team. Like Friedman's a genius. This is how you keep a team winning for a decade or longer. You move on from older players who are demanding money, like the Trey Turners.
Sure. And
you let the young guys develop, become good under 5-year rookie contracts.
Okay.
And then you bring in a guy like Ohtani. This is going to happen. And I'll tell you another trade that's going to happen. Trout's going to go to the Phillies. Because the Phillies just lost Rice Hoskins.
Yep.
He tore his ACL.
Yep.
You got Trey Turner. You're going to get Bryce Harper back. And you spent a lot of money again in the offseason.
And you know what? The Angels will look like gods. And this is the reason why. Because when they do Mike Trout a solid, sorry you've never made it to the playoffs with our organization, but guess what? We're going to send you home to Philly.
Yes.
Because he's a Jersey kid.
Yes.
So we're going to
send his team.
He was at the Super Bowl rooting for the Eagles.
Yes.
And hey, we're going to do you a solid. Thanks. You know, kind of type deal.
Yes, and you know what? Trout deserves it. Like,
he really does.
Trout is the one player on and off the field that exemplifies what baseball players should be all about. He never gets in trouble. He never argues about strikes. He never gets in fights. He doesn't bum rush a pitcher for getting nailed in the head.
The only other guy that has a cleaner image than Trout that I've ever seen in my lifetime has been Derek Jeter.
Yes.
When you think about just pure class.
Well, On the field, yes. Derek Jeter, player off the field. Mike Trout's not a player off the field. Mike Trout was with his high school sweetheart, got married, and now is having kids. So, on the off the field, Jeter was, yes, in our eyes, a superstar. But in other people's eyes, he's,
Okay, so let's.
he likes to give away gift baskets,
So
from what I heard, with signed bats.
These rumors are true. So let me ask you this. Okay, so now you talk about Philly. Trey Turner, you say no. Bryce Harper, you saying no?
On what?
On MVP?
No, he's coming off of Tommy John. I don't even know when Bryce Harper returns. I don't think he returns until, and if he does, it's only the DH. He's not going to be able to throw or play in the field. So he might be able to return, let's say May or June.
Okay.
But he's not going to play in the field until probably like near September or October.
That's fine, and I understand. So how do you feel about the Mets? How do you feel about Matt Olson? He's considered a favorite to win MVP. I don't see it.
Matt Olson is no, he's on the Braves.
Oh, he left New York?
He was never on New York. Matt Olson went
who's the walrus or the big walrus or whatever his name is? He's always in the home run derbies for the Mets.
You're talking about Alonso.
Oh yeah, Alonso. Sorry,
yeah,
I mixed them up.
Yeah, that's okay. Alonso's not going to win. Alonso not. They're not going to win the MVP, and they spent a lot of money. They got Verlander, they got Scherzer, but here's their problem: they just lost Diaz.
Yeah.
After he celebrated, he tore his patella tendon, so he's out for the year. So
that's a massive loss.
Mets are going to have to trade for some type of closer. They're going to have to go out.
They're going to get Sergio Romo out of retirement.
They're going to. Or, hey, they can have that guy that does this from the Dodgers.
Kimbrel?
Kimbrel.
Oh, that guy's horrible.
Yeah, that guy's trash.
Which only goes to show you that guy had to have been on something because all of a sudden he fell off a cliff. But, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
But I do like, I think the Angels are going to blow up, but they're going to get so much in return. And it's just going to be better for the Angels organization to move on because I know I kind of root for the Angels after the Dodgers, and I get bummed out seeing all the injuries, the disappointment. I could just imagine being a season ticket holder trying to go to these games,
sure,
with no hope of making the playoffs, and they got the two best players on the planet.
Sure.
So it's very depressing.
So for me, I'm going to take Fernando Tatis Jr. to win MVP for the National League, and we're in agreement on Ohtani winning the AL MVP.
That's fine.
I'm going to take Tatis, and the reason I'm taking Tatis is because he's got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
He got popped for steroids. He sat the entire season, really screwed his team bad because I think they would have been in the World Series last year had he been healthy and playing.
Well, I got some bad news. Would you like me to tell you now or later?
Please don't tell me he's hurt already.
It's not that he's hurt. At the end of the year last year, he got popped for PEDs. He's got an 80-game suspension, and he's only served about 20 games.
I thought he sat the whole last season.
Well, he did. That was because of injury. But then around August or September, he got popped for PEDs when he was about to come off the IR and start playing and help the Padres go towards the World Series and try to win it.
Normally, I'd pivot to another San Diego Padre, but we both agree Juan Soto's a bitch, and
so is Manny.
And I hate Manny Machado, so he can suck it too.
Yeah, Padres suck it. Sorry.
Well, why don't you give me like 5 minutes, a 5-minute break to figure out who I'm going to take as my NL MVP now?
You know what? Sometimes we all receive bad news during the day, and I understand. Let's take a break on that one.